Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Rotary Swing instructor Chris Tyler, and we are back again with this week's tour analysis with the $10 million man, 22-year-old Jordan Spieth. So congratulations to Jordan Spieth, who just picked up his 5th victory of the year on the PGA Tour at the Tour Championship. And this week we are going to be focusing in on how to hit a high draw. I found a couple of good golf swings of Jordan's where I can actually highlight some of the key areas in his golf swing that allow him to drive the ball up in the air and get it turning from right to left, which can help you out a little bit more distance and also help you overcome that nagging slice. So if you wanted to pick up more speed or you want to get more control, let's go ahead and get started now. Okay, guys, so if you're joining us on our YouTube channel, and before I get started with today's analysis on how to hit a high draw, I want to let you know I'm going to go ahead and include a preview of a premium video at the end of this video that's going to teach you how to build a perfect downswing sequence. And you can see this video in its entirety if you click the link in the description below, or if you click the annotations at the end of the video, it'll take you over to the website where you can sign up for a free membership. And remember, if you like this video, go ahead and click the like button below. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post those up and I'll help you out as best I can. Okay, so as I said in the opener, we're going to be focusing in on a couple of the key points in Jordan's golf swing that allow him to hit a high draw. And I know a lot of us probably want us to talk more and more about all of the attributes in Jordan's golf swing, but we've actually done a ton of analysis on him in the past. And over to the right-hand side of the video player here on the website, you'll be able to see all those videos that we've done. Lots of good content, but again, we're just going to be focusing on the key areas here that allow him to hit a high draw. So those of you at home that have wanted to hit this shot, or if you've been looking for a better way to help overcome your slice, or even just trying to get the ball moving a little bit further down the fairway, then this is a video that's perfect for you. So a couple of key areas that we're going to be focusing on this review. We're going to be talking a little bit about axis tilt and how it can affect the swing plane and the downswing. So I'm going to mark a line down the front of his spine. Go ahead and also mark a elbow plane line here so we can use this from a down the line perspective. I'm going to show you how that works in relationship to the axis tilt that you see from a face-on perspective. Also, I'm going to mark the position of the club here and where he's actually aiming. You can see that he's aiming probably at the right center of this fairway. But take a look over here. This is a very commonly taught thing for a lot of golfers. So those of you that are trying to hit draws, you'll hear, okay, set up with your stance a little bit closed. This is going to help promote more of an in-to-out path. Just be careful with that kind of setup change because that can really kind of overcook it depending on how much secondary axis tilt you have down in the hitting area. And that'll make a little bit more sense to you guys as we go further into this. My big point here, though, is if you look at his hips and his knees, okay, you can see they're pretty much in line with where he has the club head lining up here. Again, right down the right center. Foot line would probably be a little bit more out to the right. So what we want to focus on here, let's go ahead and get him loaded up to the top. Really important, if you're wanting to hit a high draw, you need to make sure that you shift and you load your trail leg up, and Jordan does that beautifully. All right, so you're going to see him shift, load the trail leg up, and now you can see that he's maintained his axis tilt here at the top of the swing. Okay, maintain the axis tilt. He's restricted his hips, so he's got a good load into that right leg. Now, the first key move to making sure that you can hit a high draw is we've got to be able to transfer a weight into our lead side. So let's go ahead and take a look what that looks like from a face-on perspective. You're going to see as he starts to shift and unload, now he's got a good probably 65 to 70% of his weight into his lead leg here. So let's get him into the same spot here from a down the line perspective. Okay, so you can see that pretty much back to square position with the hips and knees. And now this is where we're going to start to work on creating a lot of rotation from the body here. So the hips are not just doing one thing. They're not just shifting to the lead side, but they're also unwinding. It's a very dynamic move. Now, both of those moves can create secondary axis tilt. They can create an environment to where your spine leans away quite a bit from the target. So if you were just to get to the top of your swing and push your pelvis forward, then in turn your spine would start to lean. Or vice versa, rotating your hips really hard would also start to create a lot of that secondary tilt. So my point here is that when you start to see Jordan really clear his hips from this perspective here, so you can see he's shifted. Now watch when he starts to get the spine tilting, increasing this tilt, watch what happens to the plane up here. Watch this golf club. So let's go back down to the bottom. I'll show you how it works up through the takeaway, works on the plane line, gets up into a good position at the top, and then downward move, you're going to see that this club comes underneath the plane line. So virtually the hands are in the same position, and you can see how this club head is starting to droop underneath it. Now this is a derivative of secondary axis tilt. This is what starts to shallow the golf swing out. This is what changes the angle of attack. This is what gets the path to become more from the inside out. But in order to do that properly, you need to make sure that you're shifting your weight back into your lead side and you're controlling the rotation from the lead side. So let's get him back down here into the hitting area. You're going to see, so it still stays underneath the plane line. So this is an in to out draw here. And then you're going to see the ball start out to the right, just a little bit of where we had it originally aimed. So we would call that just a mini push draw. And very good control though down in the hitting area. He's got a great release, got very good hands down on the bottom of the arc. Okay, so you can see now down at the release point of the swing. Okay, let's look at how much the tilt has increased. Actually, let me back up a frame here. Maybe even one more frame. There we go. So here we are right at the impact zone. So you can see now how much the tilt has increased in the golf swing, which now in turn, because it's shifted to a little bit flatter, now he's going to be able to really hard release it. And in turn, he's going to have a little bit more speed in it. And that's really kind of the big points of his swing. So if you're wanting to learn how to hit a high draw, the biggest thing that you can do for yourself is make sure that you're going to be transferring, shifting, and loading up your weight into your trail side. And make sure that you feel like you're unloading into your lead side with your lower half first. Try to feel like you're keeping your back to the target and your arms up. And all that movement from the lower half is going to start to pull the arms and the shoulders down for you. And then when you get down to the hitting area, make sure you feel like you're controlling the body from the left side. Make sure you're using those left obliques to pull the hip away from the target. And make sure you refine your release, and you'll be well on your way to hitting that high draw. I know it sounds like a lot, but just really the big points are getting into a good setup position with axis tilt, getting good weight transfer into the trail side, and then unloading it into the lead side, and then just releasing the golf club, and you'll be well on your way to doing it just like Jordan. Okay, guys, so just a couple of videos I want you to check out this week. The golf downswing, that's a great video that shows you the proper mechanics, proper movements on how to start your downswing. Also, if you haven't seen the VJ release drill, that's a good video that'll start to help you really feel like you can get this club letting go in the hitting area, which will help you obviously get more control as well. It's a fantastic video, so check those videos out. Also, if you're unclear of what axis tilt is, I'll put another video over here. It'll be called the importance of axis tilt. So definitely check that out, and that'll give you a good, clear explanation as to what's going on here. All right, guys, I wish you all the best. Let's make it a great day, and let's play some great golf.
You finally made it. This is the graduation point for your golf swing. If you've taken the time to work through the program, you're finally ready for this most important video, the 5 minutes to the perfect downswing. This video is going to include drills. It's going to teach you how to get into the perfect impact positions, how to sequence the downswing, and finally get the big payoff for all the hard work we put into getting the proper setup, get the takeaway right, the backswing right, etc. So let's get started, because this is going to be the most fun stuff to work on, and it's going to be the biggest payoff. So first things first, what we're trying to do is get ourselves into a perfect impact position first, okay? So how we're going to do that is we need to sequence things correctly from the top, and then we need to start checking ourselves into the impact position, and then we're going to work up towards getting some release drills in here as well. So this is going to be a lot of great work that you can get in every single day, just 5-10 minutes a day, and get into a perfect impact position. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the top of the swing. By now, you should be in perfect position at the top. First thing we're going to do, squat. This is key because this is going to stop us from spinning. It's going to stop us from pushing off the right side, losing our tush line, losing our spine angle, getting the club trapped behind us. It's going to stop all those things, and it's also going to allow us to leverage the ground and activate the glutes so that we can provide stability for the rotating upper body and the release of the club, and use the ground for leverage to finalize the snap of the release of the golf club at impact. So as we come down,